Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. I am Dr. Afrinesh Amanat, and in this lecture we will study about the process of phagocytosis in detail. First, I have put a short as a question: what is NET? Recognition of microbes or dead cells induces several responses in the leukocytes that are collectively called leukocyte activation. Phagocytosis involves three steps. The first is recognition and detachment of particle to the leukocyte. The second is engulfment with formation of phagocytic vacuole, and the third is killing or degradation of ingested material. And these steps are triggered by activation of phagocyte by microbe or necrotic debris. This figure is important to understand. The leukocyte activation occurs when the receptors bind to certain antigens. These receptors include G protein coupled receptors, toll-like receptors, cytokine and phagocytic receptors, which are also known as scavenger receptors. Once stimulated, these receptors initiate the responses that mediate leukocyte function. There is an important function of mannose receptor, that the mannose receptor recognizes only microbes and not the host cell. And this is because the sugars which it recognizes are typically part of molecules found on microbial cell walls, whereas the mammalian glycoproteins and glycolipids are not recognized by the mannose receptor. The process of phagocytosis is enhanced when the microbes are opsonized or coated by specific proteins known as opsonins. And the major opsonins are IgG antibodies, complement breakdown products C3b, and certain plasma lectins, notably mannose binding lectin. This is basically sugar coating the microbes so that they are presenting more efficiently to the phagocytes. Antibodies coat the antigen, that is, they opsonize and alert the phagocyte to destroy the antigen. After a particle is bound to phagocyte receptor, extensions of cytoplasm known as pseudopods flow around it and the plasma membrane pinches off. In this way, a small phagosome in the form of cytosolic vesicle is formed. The phagosome then fuses with the lysosomes, resulting in the discharge of its contents in the phagolysosome. And this process also results in release of some granule contents in the extracellular space. What happens when the microbe binds to the receptor on the phagocytic cell? This leads to the formation of pseudopods, formation of a small cytosolic vacuole known as the phagosome, which ultimately fuses with the lysosome. The lysosome releases its contents, resulting in formation of phagolysosome and ultimately killing and degradation of the microbe occurs. Now, this process is facilitated by reactive oxygen species as well as nitrogen species. We will study them in detail in next slides. The killing and destruction of the ingested material are accomplished by ROS, also called reactive oxygen intermediates, reactive nitrogen species mainly derived from nitric oxide, and lysosomal enzymes. And these mechanisms are normally confined within the lysosomes. Now, what are reactive oxygen species? They are produced when the enzyme phagocyte oxidase oxidizes NADPH, and during this process reduces oxygen to superoxide anion. Now, this is the main culprit. In neutrophils, this oxidative reaction is linked to phagocytosis, and it is also known as respiratory burst. And phagocyte oxidase is the enzyme complex of at least 7 proteins. ROS are produced within the phagolysosome, where they can act on the ingested particles without damaging the host cell. Now, this superoxide anion is converted to hydrogen peroxide by spontaneous dismutation. And during this process, hydrogen peroxide which is produced is not able to kill the microbes efficiently. The hydrogen peroxide MPO halide system is the most potent bactericidal system of neutrophils. This is also asked in multiple choice question. Oxygen is converted into superoxide anion by the enzyme phagocyte oxidase. It can undergo spontaneous dismutation into hydrogen peroxide. Now the neutrophil also contains enzyme known as myeloperoxidase, and it causes the production of hypochlorite ion from the halide ion by using hydrogen peroxide, and this hypochlorite is a potent antimicrobial agent. The neutrophils contain eosinophilic granules which contain myeloperoxidase, which in the presence of halide converts H2O2 to hypochlorite, and it is a potent microbicidal agent. It kills microbes by causing halogenation and oxidation of proteins and lipids of microbes. Oxygen-derived radicals may be released extracellularly from the leukocytes where they damage the host tissue, and in this way they produce tissue damage. Now the body contains certain antioxidant mechanisms, and these include enzyme superoxide dismutase, which is found or can be activated in a variety of cell types, catalase, which deoxifies H2O2, and glutathione peroxidase. Nitric oxide, it is a soluble gas produced from arginine. It is of three types: endothelial, eNOS, neuronal, and inducible. Now among these, the inducible NOS is involved in microbial killing. It is expressed when the macrophages are activated by cytokines, interferon gamma, or microbial products. Nitric oxide reacts with superoxide anion, and in this way it generates free radical peroxynitrite, which attacks and damages lipids, proteins, and nucleic acid of microbes. The neutrophils and monocytes also contain granules which are packed with enzymes, and they are actively secretory, and they are, in this way they are different from the lysosomes, which contains the preformed enzymes. Neutrophils have two main types of granules: the smaller specific or secondary granules, lysozyme, collagenase, gelatinase, lactoferrin, and others, while the larger eosinophilic or primary granules are myeloperoxidase, bactericidal factors such as defensins, acid hydrolases, and neutral proteases, which include elastase, cathepsin G, collagenases, and proteinase 3. The phagocytic vesicle containing engulfed material may fuse with these granules, and the ingested materials are destroyed in this way. There are two types of proteases: acid proteases, which destroy bacteria and debris within the phagolysosomes, which are acidified by the proton pumps, and neutral proteases, they are capable of degrading various extracellular components such as collagen, basement membrane, fibrin, elastin, and cartilage. That is, the acid protease, it acts within the phagolysosome, while the neutral protease, it acts basically on extracellular components. The macrophages also contain acid hydrolases, collagenases, elastase, phospholipase, and plasminogen activator. Now, antiproteases. The harmful proteases are controlled by system of antiproteases in serum and tissue fluids. The most important of them is alpha-1 antitrypsin, which is a major inhibitor of neutrophil elastase. They are produced by neutrophils in response to infectious pathogens, inflammatory mediators. Now, neutrophil extracellular tract. It is basically extracellular fibrillar network that concentrates the antimicrobial substance at the site of infection, and therefore it prevents the spread of microbe by trapping them in the fibrils. It consists of viscous meshwork of nuclear chromatin that binds and concentrates the proteins like microbial peptides and enzymes. Anitosis, it is an additional mechanism of killing that does not involve phagocytosis. In this process, the nuclei of the neutrophils are lost, which leads to death of the cell, and this process is known as anitosis. They have been detected, now the NETs have been detected in the blood during sepsis. Anetosis or slow death. It can occur when the neutrophil, the fibrillar meshwork of the neutrophils undergoes encircles the bacteria and tries to kill it. Now, leukocyte mediated tissue injury can occur. Leukocytes are important cause of injury to normal cells and tissues. They are part of the normal defense reaction against infectious microbes, but the infections that are difficult to eradicate and certain viral infections, the host response is prolonged and it contributes more to the pathology than killing the microbe itself. Frustrated phagocytosis. This is another term. It occurs when the phagocytes encounter the materials that cannot be easily ingested. For example, the immune complexes deposited on immovable flat surfaces like glomerular basement membrane. The inability of leukocyte to ingest the substance results in stronger activation and release of large amount of granule enzymes in the extracellular environment, and this is known as frustrated phagocytosis. The neutrophil granules or enzymes are released in greater quantity in order to ingest the microbe, and this produces frustrated phagocytosis. Now, how does the termination of acute inflammatory response occurs? The neutrophils have short lifespan, few hours to 1 day. Most mediators are very short-lived and they are degraded immediately. Anti-inflammatory cytokines are produced, TGF-beta and interleukin 10, and they inhibit the production of TNF. And in arachidonic acid metabolism, lipoxin and resolvins are generated that have anti-inflammatory activity. Thank you class for listening.